My name is Alicia Spence and I'm a timber framer working with Miles Herder on the restoration of the Shepherd Barn. For us, we start at the top and we look at the horizontal plate lines. You know, and the terminology in timber frame is interesting. Everything that sits horizontal and holds something else is called a plate. And the other word is where it's located in the building. So this piece here is called a sill plate. And up there, we talked about the eave plates, and the ridge is technically a ridge plate. The ridge line is where the rafters come up to a peak, and where the rafters sit is an eave plate. So this is a rotary laser. There's many other ways to get level, but this is where old meets new in the timber frame world. This is a laser that spins around and shines a light. I don't know if you can see that on my hand. Oh, there you go. Can you see that? And if you look close, it's harder to see from far away, but if you look close, it travels all the way for the full distance of the barn. And that gives us sort of the sea level. And we put up these pieces of paper just to make it a little easier to see what was going on. That we could have drawn right on the timber, but for one, we don't want to, and two, it's harder to see. We made a station mark at chest height here and figured out that the northeast corner post is actually the highest elevation post of this whole, there's 12 posts in this barn.
And what we've done here in the corners, as Alicia was saying, is we made this story pole, which is an arbitrary length, but what we're doing with it is we're putting it underneath the eave plates up there, and we're measuring down that arbitrary distance, and then we marked it on all the posts. And what that tells us, we've then used the laser, and we've gone around and we've marked level on all the posts. The difference between the level line, the laser line, and the line coming down from the eave plate is the amount out of level the roof is in every location.
But we also needed to know the difference between what this post is doing and the one that we picked for our zero post, meaning the post that we're not going to move. The numbers that we then wrote in, you can see that this one reads 2 3/8. That's the difference of this distance from the zero line. So like if you were to measure this, it wouldn't be 2 3/8. It's 2 3/8 different relative to our zero post. Then we figured out how to catch all the other posts up to its height. And then today we are freeing the sill from the barn so that we can pick up in sets, 4 posts at a time, and creep up to get to zero, as we call it, for that corner post. We can't go crazy on it. So I think our differences is about from 0 to, I think the one behind you says 5 inches, 5 and a little bit. We'll maybe go around and catch 2 inches for everything that needs it, and then do another lap around and get the other 2. We can't just go willy-nilly on one post. Right now, the siding and the sheathing is nailed down the posts, down the studs, and onto the sill plate. But down here, the sill plate, the siding is, well, the posts are nailed to it, the studs are nailed to it, the sheathing's nailed to it, and some of the outside clabbers are probably nailed through. So in order for us to lift the frame, we have to separate the siding, etc., from the sill. So we're working our way around the perimeter, and we're prying the boards back and cutting all those nails on the sheathing board and whatever else is under there. Most of the degradation of the barn is down low, so what tells the truth on a timber frame is the upper story. Everybody knows you want your ridge line and your eave line to be nice and straight, and so the big horizontal pieces in a timber frame are called plates, and we're counting on them to tell us where the bottom needs to be.